Modern life is often painted as the greatest achievement of humanity. We're told we're living in the best era ever, a time when technology has wiped out many of the struggles that weighed down our ancestors. Think about it. We can connect with anyone, anywhere in the world, in an instant. We have endless information at our fingertips and comforts that previous generations could only dream of. Sounds amazing, right? Yet, despite all these incredible advantages, something strange is happening. Instead of feeling happier and more fulfilled, countless people are battling a deep, unshakable emptiness, a sense of something missing that they can't quite put into words. It's as if the very progress we celebrate has left us feeling more lost than ever. Then we were promised a better world, a future where progress would lead to more comfort, meaning, and happiness. But somewhere along the way, that promise started to fall apart. From childhood, we've been fed the story that society moves forward in a straight line, that every new invention, every breakthrough brings us closer to a fuller, richer life. And because no one really questions this, we just accept it as fact, that technological and economic progress naturally means greater well-being. But if that were true, then why is it that more and more people feel deeply dissatisfied, restless, or disconnected? Modern life has created a paradox. Instead of bringing us closer to happiness, it has made us feel more isolated than ever. The problem isn't progress itself. It's how our entire existence has been reshaped by it. In today's world, life has become an endless, exhausting race. The goal isn't really to live anymore. It's to constantly produce, consume, and optimize. We're taught that fulfillment is found in nonstop growth, in accumulating more things, in squeezing every second for productivity, in always performing at our best. But in chasing this never-ending hustle, we've lost sight of what truly matters. And there's another cruel irony. We were told technology would bring us closer together, tear down walls, and make human connection easier than ever. Yet the opposite is true. Instant communication hasn't deepened our bonds. It's made them shallow. Digital conversations have replaced real, face-to-face contact. Social media bombards us with endless images of others' lives, turning comparison into a toxic habit that chips away at our self-worth. Never before in human history have we had access to so many ways to connect, to interact, to share our lives. Yet somehow, despite this abundance, the feeling of isolation keeps growing stronger. It's a heartbreaking paradox. Another major part of this broken promise was the belief that knowledge would set us free. Today, information is everywhere, almost unlimited. But instead of leading us to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us, it has thrown us into a vast ocean of distractions. We live in a constant storm of stimuli, pulling our attention in every direction, making it almost impossible to pause, reflect, or find clarity. Information isn't a path to wisdom anymore. It's a fast-moving product designed more to entertain and capture eyeballs than to truly enrich our minds. And the system itself has shaped what we strive for and expect from life. We're told success means status. Financial stability is sold as the key to happiness. Life should be carefully planned, measured, and scored by achievements. But here's the bitter truth. These goals, instead of bringing fulfillment, often leave us feeling empty and inadequate. Modernity has pushed us into a mechanical way of living, where a person's value is measured by their productivity, their usefulness in the social machine. This isn't how human life was meant to be. At its core, modern life has redefined what it means to live in terms that don't support our well-being. Economic growth is king. Personal growth takes a back seat. Entertainment floods our minds while introspection is pushed aside. Efficiency is praised, but meaning is ignored. We've been trained to chase goals that ultimately fail to fill the void inside us. Here's the paradox of progress. We've become faster, more efficient, and better connected, but somehow we're not happier. We know more than ever before, but we're not wiser. We can reach out instantly, yet feel more isolated. This isn't just a coincidence or a small glitch in the system. It's the natural outcome of a structure that values the smooth operation of society over the happiness of individuals. Modern life has turned us into tiny cogs in an unstoppable machine. We play a game where the rules are fixed, and the only option seems to be to keep moving forward, no matter where the path leads. From the moment we're born, we're shaped to fit into this machine that demands constant output. We're taught to believe that work is life, the very thing that gives our days meaning. But here's the catch. Work isn't framed as a journey to fulfillment or passion. Instead, it becomes a never-ending obligation, draining our time, energy, and health, with little reward beyond just surviving. Even when the workday ends, our minds don't rest. Thanks to technology, the line between personal and professional life has blurred. We're always on call, always available. Fatigue isn't just physical, it's mental, a heavy weight that drags us down. We feel stuck in a relentless cycle where every day looks just like the last, and real rest feels impossible. In this world, productivity is the ultimate virtue. Leisure. It's pushed aside, seen as laziness rather than a vital need. The system silently pressures us to stay busy at all costs, turning doing nothing into a forbidden act. But in this endless race, exhaustion is guaranteed. Anxiety and stress become the default state, the normal experience for anyone whose value is measured by output. And then there's consumption. To keep the system running, it's not enough to work non-stop. We must also keep buying. We've been taught to believe that happiness comes from acquiring more things, that buying products will fill the emptiness inside. But that joy never lasts. As soon as we get one thing, we want another. Satisfaction feels like a mirage, always just out of reach. Marketing has become a master of illusion, selling not just products, but dreams, status, success, belonging. Every purchase promises a better life, a deeper sense of fulfillment, but it never delivers. The disappointment that hits after every purchase, it's not a flaw, it's part of the whole design. This cycle of constant dissatisfaction is what keeps the wheel of consumption spinning non-stop. The system hasn't just changed what we buy, it's changed how we experience time itself. We no longer live in the moment. Instead, we're trapped in a never-ending wait for the next big thing. We work hard, counting down to the next break, the next upgrade, the perfect future moment that, spoiler alert, never actually arrives. The present becomes nothing more than a stepping stone toward a future that, when it finally shows up, looks exactly like the past. We live inside an eternal promise of something better, while life quietly slips through our fingers. This model also reshapes our relationships, turning human connection into transactions driven by the same efficiency and profit logic that runs the rest of the system. Time has become a rare and precious resource, and relationships suffer. Conversations get cut short by buzzing notifications. Meetings cram into already overloaded calendars. Deep bonds weaken because distraction has become the default state of being. On top of that, extreme individualism has been glorified. But in truth, it isolates us. Self-sufficiency is praised so much that needing emotional support is seen as a weakness. We've been told we must be completely independent, able to face life without anyone else. But that's a lie. Human connection isn't some optional luxury. It's a fundamental need. Without meaningful bonds, a void forms inside us, one that no amount of entertainment, success, or possessions can ever fill. What we're left with is a society where loneliness has become a silent epidemic. And this isn't the kind of solitude that helps us reflect, grow, and heal. No, this is a loneliness forced upon us by a system that fragments relationships and turns people into isolated units. Disconnected parts of a cold, impersonal machine. We live surrounded by people, yet so many of us feel like we don't truly belong anywhere. This lack of authentic connection creates a quiet, nagging discomfort, an emptiness we try to fill with distractions that never quite do the job. This reality has become so normal that hardly anyone stops to question it. It's accepted as just the price we pay for progress, the inevitable side effect of modern life. But beneath this surface, something doesn't sit right. There's a persistent feeling that something important is missing, that life shouldn't feel this hollow. Still, voicing this unease is hard because the dominant story around us keeps repeating, "Everything's better than ever." The problem isn't the system. It's you, your failure to adapt. In a world designed to keep us busy, productive, and distracted, one question remains. Why? Why, with all our material wealth and technological marvels, do so many of us feel disconnected from ourselves? The alienation, emptiness, and disconnection aren't just side effects of a flawed system. They're signs of a deeper fracture, a disconnection from who we truly are. The search for purpose, something we all crave, has been lost in a tangled web of external pressures, imposed goals, and societal expectations. We've been taught to find meaning outside ourselves, in wealth, accomplishments, and status. But no matter how much we achieve or acquire, the inner void remains. The life modern society presents as advanced and progressive is really built on a fragile, empty framework. This emptiness hits hardest when we finally pause, when we allow ourselves a moment to think, to wonder, is this really what I wanted? Every time we get swept up in the relentless flow of social expectations, every time we just go with the flow, we lose a piece of ourselves. We tell ourselves, this is just part of the process, and success is just around the corner. But that corner never comes. Even worse, we've become numb to this feeling. We live with the anxiety that maybe tomorrow will bring something better, though deep down, we know the future will likely mirror the present. Waking up to this emptiness is neither quick nor easy. It's painful because it means facing the truth. The system doesn't hold the answers it promised. The endless pursuit of pleasure, comfort, and social approval only leads to a growing dissatisfaction. This isn't just a struggle for the desperate few. It's a universal experience for anyone caught in the modern world. What we're really yearning for, whether we realize it or not, is authenticity. A meaning that doesn't depend on possessions or others' opinions. This emptiness isn't just about missing clear goals. It's about missing connection to something bigger than ourselves, something deeper. Sometimes a simple realization can spark a powerful shift, a new way of seeing life, a path where our worth isn't measured by what we own or how much we achieve, but by who we truly are, by what we give, create, and contribute. When we finally break free from the invisible chains of a system that taught us to live for others' expectations, not our own, that's where real freedom begins. This is the true crisis of modern society, not a lack of progress, but the emptiness that often comes with it. Yes, we've advanced rapidly, but in doing so, we've drifted further from what's truly essential. We're lost in a labyrinth, a maze where success, consumption, and productivity are worshipped as ultimate goals. But in the end, they're just illusions. And while we chase these illusions, we get stuck in a never-ending loop, always reaching for a satisfaction that remains just out of grasp. The truth? What we really need isn't more stuff. It's not more achievements or ticking off more boxes. What we need is to live with intention, to find our way back to what makes us human, to remember how to feel deeply, to slow down, to be present, to reconnect with ourselves, with others, and with something greater than all the noise and distraction. Because only when we stop searching for answers out there and start listening within do we realize something incredible. The meaning of life was never hidden in the rush, the noise, or the endless race to keep up. It's been right here, all along, in the stillness, in the quiet moments of honest thought, in the depth of real relationships, in the connection to who we are beneath all the roles, beyond all the expectations. If any part of this message spoke to you, I have a small favor to ask. Please consider liking this video, leaving a comment, or subscribing to the channel. I know the little like button might seem insignificant, but trust me. It's a powerful way to help this message reach others who might really need to hear it too. And before you go, you'll probably see a few suggested videos pop up on your screen. I won't spoil them, but I'll say this. They dive even deeper into the ideas we've explored today. If you're ready to continue this journey of self-discovery, I truly believe they're worth a watch. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of this reflection, and I sincerely hope we meet again soon.